on our way for Ember's League this week. It is going to be TFF Steel Enjoyers versus Akuma Goofy Goombers. It is going to be the first week, and we were just here last week, or we were just here yesterday. So I am excited to be here with my best friend across the world, Sekio, and of course it is your boy Huey, and we are jumping already live right into the 1v1 for pick side.
Exactly as we just entered the 1v1, I would love to say that it's always a pleasure casting with you, my man. And of
Oh,
course, as we watch, we have Trandemir playing versus, I don't know, Brand versus Trandemir. That should be a first, to be honest. Like, I normally don't see those two in the 1v1s, but Trandemir is actually playing a little bit aggressive here, using the extra healing that he got, and he got like a little bit of magic resist, which will help him a lot. I believe that, to be honest, Trandemir can win this 1v1 easily.
Oh yeah, I think so. The extra crit, as long as they can find that little spin and a little bit of extra damage, this early game should definitely be in the pocket of Trendemir. But with that being said, Brand could definitely, for sure, just try to survive, get through these early levels, and really just blow him up. But even worst case scenario, at level 6, it really does become Brand's game. So his window of opportunity is there. It's small, but it's there for sure.
To be honest, like I disagree with you on that, since Trandemir got the healing, he got his Q, which will give him the extra healing, and whenever the game goes on, it's a lot better for him. Like, he doesn't use mana, he doesn't need sustainability since he got his Qs, he got the heal generation that he can use, plus the passive will guarantee him
Wow, nice
an
timing.
extra, yeah, exactly, an extra critical chance, and of course, him playing with Grasp is just cherry on top of the cake.
Sure, DXBS not landing the full combo here. Kind of feeling the mode into this Trendemir. He's getting the spins going. He should be able to push this in. And once that 6 hit, I think the all-in is there. And as long as it goes right, that should be his game. And DXBS very low right now, is in prime position to feel what most top laners feel once this Trendemir hits 6.
Yeah, and also I like the fact that Trandemir doesn't
Hey, hi, hello. We are back, ladies and germs. We are here for our week one for Cinder League. We saw in chat, you guys were asking, what is Cinder League? What ELO, or excuse me, what ELO is Blaze League? Blaze League is E4 cap. All right. So Emerald 4 cap. So a little higher if you were with us last night. So the game should be a little more cleaner and a little more stylish towards those team fights, the objectives control, and a lot less forgiving in these mistakes. Even more things will fall behind for your team if you fall behind. Let's just
Of
keep it like
course.
that, right? Let's just keep it like that. Boy, Sekio, how are you, man? We were, like I said, we were here yesterday. We were here last night. If you're with us last night, thank you, welcome. If you are new, hey, hi, hello. We hope to keep you. And if you are old and you've been here like we've been here, vets, we love you. Thank you either way, and we appreciate you all coming here tonight. And before I pass it over to Sekio, just want to say thank you all. We have just reached our follower goal of 460 or 470. So thank you guys. We've reached 470 followers. Please go check out the Discord and all those good socials. One more sub for the new sub goal will be fantastic as well too, if that can be reached. If not, dropping the love, following, and just watching, leaving that tab open and keeping us unmuted is plenty enough. With that being said, let's get over to the pick and bans. It seems the seal enjoyers are trying to enjoy that mid lane, wow, by banning off the Aurora and the Mel, while our goofy Goombers, the Akuma squad, looking to focus a little bit more on the jungler and the top side, trying to take away some of these frontline options, removing Mundo and Volibear off the map.
Yeah, it seems like there is a lot of targeting here when it comes to the bans, and of course, thank you for the cool introduction, Huey. And of course, I would love to thank everyone that's part of the stream, that's here, that's joining us, and that's helping our channel to grow. It's
Mm-hmm.
always about you guys. You're the community that runs everything
Yep.
in this planet. I won't say even in Ember, like in everywhere. Like you're the community that runs the place. Whatever you ask for, we deliver. And speaking of delivering, I will get back into the game. It seems a bit odd for me to pick Seraphine while you're banning Ash. This is
Yeah, for
like
sure.
you're taking, I don't know, like the monkey out of Dora,
Yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. You're taking the map out of backpack. No, 100% there. You're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. Taking the Ash Seraphine combo is kind of crazy. I would have preferred the Senna ban. And before I could even take and say that thought out of my head, in comes Akuma, locking into Senna, grabbing the Xin as well too. Both very high threats, can handle the Seraphine quite well.
Hmm.
And I'm a little concerned. I'm a little weird. I'm a little weird on that pick as well too. I'm assuming now this is either where you round out the bot lane or you're gonna pick your jungler to try to match into the Xin. Xin being one of your top threes. What is really the Xin answer right now? Do you go J4
This
right now? What do you really do?
Nah, nah, nah. I would say Volibear, but Volley's banned.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
probably you can have Nocturne, you can have like the guy with the wolves, Nafiri. So it's either
Okay.
one of those to give you the global presence, to give you the extra damage and the range, of course. That's in Nocturne phase, or like if we're talking about uh, the other, yeah, exactly. The other option is just go Wukong and trying to match them in
Nice.
the late game, since Wukong and Zen, they're like Yasuo and Yun. Like you needed to make them stop fighting each other. Of course,
Right.
in game, I'm not speaking about the lore. Lore is something else, since that monkey is student of Master Yi, and
Sir,
Zen
that
is from
Wuju
Demacia.
style.
Exactly, the Wuju
Sir.
style, and Zen is from Demacia. He is one of those warriors, of course, adding the guy who is in deep sea. Mr. Natalis will be your anchor to engage upon like this Bot lane is a huge. They have a huge target on them.
Sure. Yeah, with the Smolder and the Seraphine, those are for early game very two easy targets to jump on as Xin, as Nautilus. If they're not careful, if they don't ward properly and they push forward trying to crash that wave into the tower, that can spell death even if Wukong is there. Just the hook into the auto stun after level 6, you have the death charge as well too. It can be very, very dangerous for this bot lane. On the other hand, though, once these guys get big, once Seraphine starts getting a couple items under the belt, once that Smolder gets their training stacks and their dragon stacks and they're up ready to go, and they get the execute passive, everybody knows this Smolder plays. It can be very dangerous for this team. So Goofy Goombers kind of on a time limit already. They gonna need to grab something late game. This is probably my go-to for the late game. If we want to scale, I love seeing Ornn in the top side. Those Mastercraft items, having the ability to just have that Ornn provide so much CC and kind of just be, instead of an anchor, a rock for
Hmm.
your team to kind of hold on to
Of
and just keep
course.
yourself pushing forward. And that just that comfortability. Don't worry, boys, we scale. As long as you're getting later into the game, no worries, you're gonna be able to get your Mastercraft items. You're gonna start outstatting the enemy team, and you'll be good to go. As we do see the
Swain.
Swain and the Victor gonna be picked up.
Huh.
Swain in the mid lane. Yeah, I think you said it there best, my yourself there. We do see the Aatrox going to be picked, as we saw the last round. It is going to be Garen Malphite with the Galio Ari matching there. Again, kind of taking opposite ends here. The top lane for Seal Joy is going to be focused, while the mid lane for the Goofy Goombers was going to be focused. How do you feel for the Swain mid? And then we'll get to top. How do you feel
Hmm.
for the Swain mid
So
in
for the swim,
2026?
I got a lot of other picks, like, but
Right.
either one of them, like, you need to be comfort into what you're playing. So if Swain is your go-to pick, so
Mm-hmm.
Swain is good. Just keep it that way and don't try to change it, since Swain is a decent champion, but he needs to scale. I have a problem that you're going for a very, very late game composition, since you're playing with a Swain, Smolder, you're playing with Aatrox, who needs a lot of time to be online. Wukong needs also a lot of time to even match Xin. So you're going to a very, very late game composition. On the other side, I like that you mentioned the Swain pick. I will tell you something that I like. If we are playing in masters or like high diamonds, not low but diamonds, I would change Swain and put maybe Syndra. Syndra is my second choice. My first choice will
Oh
be
yeah.
Talia.
Oh yeah.
You have
Oh yeah.
Talia.
Oh
Talia
yeah.
is totally. It's like Giga good here. Like Talia is just insane in this composition. So Talia, Syndra. We have Oriana with Wukong, of course. We can't forget that. So we have tons of picks that might be better
Oh yeah.
than this one. But at the same time, if you like Swain, you can just go with Swain. But at the same time, I will say something. As long as you're ready, we are ready. And the game is not ready. So we'll head to a small break and get back to you when the game gets to the Summoner's Rift. Adios, amigos.
Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the wait. Riot Games is a small indie company, so please bear with us. We apologize for the wait. But with that out of the way, we are finally here. Kuma will be on red side. TTF will be on blue. We mentioned a little earlier that the mid lane isn't our favorite here for Swain. Swain being picked. Overall, though, I wanted to touch a bit on more TTF as we do see the ball lane. Gonna try and get that ward, go for the empty Q. Not gonna find anything at the end of it, which is fine. Gonna try to get this vision out, but they are gonna be spotted and seen. But like I wanted to say for TTF, these guys have a very good late game, but like,
Uh-huh.
where's the early? Where's the mid?
Yeah, I had the same question. Their mid game is meh, you can count on it, but like their early game is just out
Very
of the blue. It's
lackluster.
very bad. Like, yeah,
Very
it's
lackluster.
it doesn't even appear. So that's
Mm-hmm.
for them. And on the other side, you have a kinda balanced
Mm.
draft. It's I won't say it's a balanced draft because it's not, but like it's decent since you have Zen for the early game, you have Senna for the late game plus Victor, and you have your top lane, which the guy you should be going through, like walking through,
Mm-hmm.
not like what Zen doing right now. So Goombers is actually making a huge mistake by bathing towards the bot side.
No, I would have to agree with that. I feel like being then on the same side here is going to be a little weird, and set that timing off just a bit. The level 2 advantage going to be the side of Akuma, Muchai, and excuse me, Debon. I gotta bring that. Bring this. Me.
We don't.
Little small. Yeah. Little.
No.
Deboron. There we go. Deboron. For Akuma, we do have Jimmy Gumbers, Autumn, Muchai, and Debron. Most of the team, she, her. So I will try my best to remember that. I apologize for any future mistakes I may make.
Wait,
We do see a
the
lot of
Nat is
pressure on
the...
TTF bot lane.
She's a girl?
Yeah. Muchai, yep, Muchai, and Debadon. No, Debadon is he him. Muchai
Okay.
is she her. Autumn she her. Gumber she her, and Jimmy. So top and bottom, and then the rest females. Nice, she her, super sick. Always love that,
Okay.
as we see a lot of pressure coming in onto the bot lane now. TTF in control of this. Musha gonna have to pop that barrier and almost got themselves in trouble. But whew, that was very, very spooky stuff. And in overall, just gotta be careful. TTF definitely now in the driver's seat. Mid didn't get anything completed, but definitely got some sums and really starting to set the pace in the lane.
Of course, and I like that Wukong was actually trying to do something in the bot side, and it paid a little bit. On the other side, Zen is nowhere to be found, which is a bit odd. Like, basically, you're playing Zen, you can do whatever you want. Like, you wanna gank early, you can do it. You wanna farm, power farm, it's totally possible. But you can't just be trying to be a little bit defensive. I would say we're still early on the game. That's minute 4. So if he
Mm-hmm.
had a chance or an opening, it should be on the top side. He didn't have it, so he went for the correct call, which is just reset, get some tempo, and walk through the same pathing here. But I believe he might be going toward bot side again, which is mandatory since he started the same pathing. He can't
Mm-hmm.
change it on the
Yeah.
second one.
This is where we were kind of mentioning a little earlier that the pathing is going to be a little wonky, and it kind of affects that second come around here. And it's not really where you want to be right now. Speaking where you want to be, DXB gonna find that hook, gonna find a knockout. First blood gonna fall down to Gumbers and Jimmy. A beautiful wombo combo with the dynamic duo between the jungler and the top. And hey, you know what? We take those after a little bit of the hiccup in the bot lane. Now we definitely have a gold lead here. Got to be feeling pretty good as we do see the first strike. Going to be spawned. It's going to be the airstrike. Do you think we're going to see some priority for this dragon? As we do see Autumnbot going to use that level 6 advantage. Find it. Use the Arcane Storm on it to the Nautilus. As we do see Frost trying to set up some vision here. Trying to secure this river control for this bot lane objective. They are going to be able to get it away. Debadon not going to fully chase into the Seraphine blindly down the river, which, I mean, honestly, great call. You never know what lurks there, as we did see in that few moments there. Wukong was in the area, so definitely could have been pretty bad there. As we do see the flash pull, ooh, so close there. We are going to see the lockdown, but just too close to the tower to follow up onto that. I don't think any sums were used there. Oh, excuse me. We do get the Smolder flash out, so it's not bad. Not bad. Flash for flash trade for the summoner, for the support ADC. You can't be too mad. It would have been nicer for the hook.
Yeah, of course, flash for a flash, which is decent. Like if that was me, I would just go with the another path, which is basically wait, get this movement speed from Senna's W, and try and use it to at least have the chance to get the hook without wasting the flash. But like it is what it is, a flash for a flash. Either way, it's worth it that you took the ADC's flash before the objective, which will matter. And here in the mid lane, you can see you use the Arcane Storm, and the answer will be with the Swain Storm here being dropped in here. Zen's going for it, but thank you for this free kill.
Yeah, a little unfortunate, a little greedy there on the pull. I think that a lot of the power goes to your head. You're hearing the crows and sound. You feel powerful. You feel like you're Lord Swain, but you're not. You know, you got to respect it. And this is kind of where we were mentioning earlier in picks and drafts why Swain is a little lacking there. Syndra pressing R is a big difference there. Granted, it's solo target focus, but I definitely think would have gotten the job done a lot easier than what we just saw there. And hey, you know, we keep things moving. A 60 CS lead as well too, so that's about 17 CS. It's about 400 overall altogether in the mid lane. That's gonna start to shine there. It is only 1 amp tome, but that's definitely going to be a big difference once Autumnbot is able to get back to lane. Now the vision, the punish coming through for the bot lane, but there is a little bit of a mix on the CC. It did land on Smolder, and then Muchai gonna land their CC onto Frosty, so it was a little bit mixed, and the extra experience is gonna help them and keep them kind of afloat. But Muchai just keeping the stun and keeping the stall, keeping the pressure is gonna be enough. The barrier going to be used. The flash to get away from Muchai's W might be enough for Wukong to find a kill. The Cyclone going off as he finds one on to the support. But now Goombers, they're coming down themselves. Should be able to find the pickup, the lockdown. That's going to be a 2-for-1 special in the bot lane. Like I say all the time, we take those. We're heading now to the mid lane. The gate's not going to go down, but the Crow Storm is. The Autumnbot in trouble. Has to be careful. The back and forth, the trade, the flash. It is going to be the fairy and the auto attack from Outrage to seal the deal, making it a 2-for-2 across the map. But now Outrage in a very precarious situation. Goombers is going to pick that up, and now that's 3 under Goombers' belt on the killings.
You love to give Goombers the kills. Since he's the jungler, he'll be everywhere. You'll have this gold advantage, you're gonna use it everywhere. And of course, speaking of what happened here earlier on the bot side, they try to go a little bit greedy when it comes to the 2v2. They thought it was free, but the answer was not, and here I believe she should get some trigger and of course using some damage here, but it looks like this Senna is going easy on this Seraphine. If like Senna had a free trade, but either way it doesn't really matter. What matters is the previous team fight. You got what it takes, you get the damage, and you're getting the stacks. I love that Senna's actually trying to get back into the stacks department, and I believe when it comes to the stacks, she got 30-ish stacks, which is a bit decent. You got the of course, critical chance, you get that range, and you need to start to get your first power spike after 60, the second one after 80 and 120. That's the maximum, of course, not the maximum cap for it, but that's the actual power spike that you might be
Hmm.
waiting for in the late game. Other than this, it will give you extra damage, extra stats, and you'll be eating them alive like how this top lane happening.
Yeah, GBTP going in for the aggressive flash there. Now feeling the mode there as the World Ender just turns back around, flips that entire fight, finds the shutdown as well too. Was down at 17 CS there, so it was feeling the mode a bit, but now shrunk that gold lead just about in half there. 1,500 across the board as we see things are starting to stabilize here for the side of TTF. And if as long as things continue going this way, they should be able to start looking forward more towards the late game. It is going a little easier for them because we are kind of mitigating through this early game, now extending into the mid to late game. This is where this team really starts to shine. The later this game gets, the stronger this team becomes. So keep an eye on that as we head back towards the bot lane. Chromalone trying to find a little something, but he's going to find a hook. The Encore from Frosty trying to give him a bit of space to escape. And I think that's going to be the disengage needed to get himself or get them out of that dangerous situation. But man, it is still a very dangerous combo between this Senna and Nautilus. As we do see Goombers securing the Void Grubs across the map. That's going to be the full 3, or excuse me, 2-1 on the Voids. So they don't get the entire passive, but still that's going to be the lead for objectives for the side of AGG.
We're a really good lead when it comes to objective, and I really want to get back into the 1v1 in the top side. He basically started the fight pretty good, and speaking of fights, look at bot
Oh,
side, the anchor, the
boom!
hook, and the damage will be enough with it when Shadow will close the kill in the bot side. Classic Senna play with the Nautilus, and going back to the top side again, getting 3 turret hits is not ideal whenever
Oh
whatever
yeah.
the champion you're playing.
Did you see a little bit of disrespect here? Just trying to get this proxy farm here, looking to get some vision, trying to just hold them back. It's difficult for the top lane. If you're behind your tower, you're not gaining your quest item, your quest forward. You're
No, he
not
takes
progressing
it.
your quest. Yes. Yep. So you really got to watch for those proxies there. Also, you don't want to be able to give any amount of vision into your jungler because then they start to get the route. Now they know where Wukong is. They know that they could start possibly looking for this Drake. Let's see if that's what AGG is going to do here as we head back towards the mid lane here. It does seem like that might be the call as we do have 2 in the bot lane here. Looking for the hook, finds it on to the Smolder. The Smolder having the flash away from that Senna W, or it would have spelled curtains. This may be what they need to get themselves prepped and ready for what will be the first Drake of the game. Kind of crazy. It's been a while that this Drake has been on the map.
Yeah, it's been 14 minutes, and none of them really tried to even contest it. So this will make the Drake prio is not really important, since the sole priority, like the sole advantage, like the sole probability will be pretty low. But here, look what's
Oh
happening in the
man.
bot side.
Soul probability doesn't look too low as Singular Bread has to flash himself, get his self out of there. Now with them having to be on the retreat on that bat call, I think that is going to be a clear Drake there for the side of AGG. Really nice work there. That could have spelled a lot more. That could have been a lot worse for the side of TFF. But nice escapes, only getting away. Luckily with just a flash, no lives lost there.
True. No lives lost in the bot side. But in the mid lane, we have Miss
Uh-oh.
Swain in danger.
Spoke a little too soon there, maybe. The Crow Storm gonna beat Proc. As you do see the Ghost and the Flash as well, too. Outrage hightailing it out of there. Does not want another death on the belt, but Muchai might just have to. Gets the ultimate, but the exhaust, the lockdown, the big bubble that started it all, that's going to be the shutdown, and really what's needed for Smolder to start picking things up and getting things ahead, and hopefully start flipping things towards TTF side.
Yeah, not respecting the wave and the state that you're having in, no having support was
Mm-hmm.
pretty ridiculous from Senna, and it felt like yeah, you could have used another path for this, but like it is what it is. At this point, you need to just play around your support, wait for him, since you're not going with the build that is gonna give you the maximum amount of output damage. Currently, you need a lot of time, and speaking of time here, I don't think that Seraphine got it in this mid lane. The Q, the laser will just pick it off. She doesn't even give gold at any chance, but at least she gives Victor 50 stacks. And as we go to the top side, we'll see like a little bit of Brio for the Rift Herald, but at the same time, those mid laners are just going to the side lane, trying to stack, trying to play versus each other. And here you can see the Crow Storm. The W won't be enough. The shield won't make you survive. But guess what? Swain, no sums, won't be able to keep going with that fight. And it shows you how ridiculous the Swain damage is. And you can just be standing versus him 1v1. The hook lands on this Wukong, not being able to move, but here you'll see that chance to move will be pretty close. The second charge of this ultimate won't be enough for him to survive. And another pick, another kill. A TP coming from the mid laner, and the catch will be on the Crow Storm guy on this mid laner, on Swain. And on mid lane, you'll see the Warlords in the Q will land here from Nautilus, going through the turret, auto attacks, ultimate, Winters becomes wind, and now the fight continues. Jimmy gets in, another kill goes for AGG. Dredgeline with a depth charge will add on another one for them. And as we speak here, I'll see that.
But yeah, sorry about that.
Oh,
Like we were
well,
mentioning, like we were mentioning there, beautiful performance there. It definitely seemed like it was going to be TF's fight there, but unfortunately, just after that World Ender passive, after that
Right.
beautiful
AGG
TP
got it.
play, yeah,
of course.
everything just kind of fell apart. The damage was just not there. The option, the ability, the execution was perfect, but it just kind of all fell apart. We mentioned this earlier in draft pick. There is no damage. There is so much late game, and there was so much prep and plan for late game they forgot about early and mid, and it really just showed right there. That was their fight, and it just fell to pieces.
Totally agree, and it felt like they are lacking damage. You still need Smolder to stack. She's closer to 200 stacks, but the thing is, she needs 310 to be able to do something. But the flash here from Wukong, Singular Bread. His name is Singular Bread.
Singular bread, yep,
Correct. Singular Bread. Yeah, just had to waste
one
his
slice of bread.
flash. Yeah, just single. Piece of bread.
I love it. It's a good one. It's a good one. As we see 4-0-3 for the other side of Goombers. A perfect game right now. 7 KDA. Gotta be feeling good with this being game 1 on the way out. And you just gotta just keep it moving here. What do you think is going to be the next play here? We do see the Drake summoned, but with the first Drake taking about 13 so minutes for it to be used. Ooh, nice hook here from Frosty. The follow-up from Goombers is going to go wide just a bit. just the reaction play really not there. What do you think is really going to be AGG's call here? Are we going to see an early Drake?
AGG Cole should be like, yeah, they should go for the Drake, but like, does it really matter? Still, I would say no. You can just play without the map changing, but they
sure.
go for the Ocean Drake. But here, DXBZ or DXBS will just bob the warlords in there, but no action taken here. But on the other side, you flash,
Oh,
you
man,
flip,
here we
you
go.
dash,
Yep.
and you kill him as fast as possible.
Oh, yeah. That was a knowledge check and a half there. Always have to respect the Jimmy TP, especially the Urgot check with the execute ultimate. And if you get too low, you will face the punishment there. And just went, you saw, I felt it. He saw the tab over. He's like, look, I got the cleaver, I got the boots, I have the pickaxe. He said, I have it right now. He said, I have it, I can do it. And did a fantastic job there, getting the solo, using the flash to grab, to get the to get into E range, and everything else was just, was aces there for them. As now 3-1-2, a 5 KDA for the top side, a near 2K gold lead for their side, 1,600 for the bot lane, and a 1,000 gold lead in a support. You rarely see a support gap there, but hey, there it is. And you got to give it to Devinon. They have definitely been there 100%.
Yeah, I have only one issue with Senna, that she's pretty low when it comes to CS. Of course, in comparison of Chrome alone, since like Chrome alone is actually working pretty good when it comes to the
They're
CS
great.
department. 200 CS in 22 minutes is
Fantastic.
something I would be looking for with pro players. Probably, but here in the mid lane, another stack. This Seraphine been like the food for them for a long time. Here, Anchor been used, but the fight begins.
Here we go. Goombers going to find the ultimate as well, too. Singular Bread trying to find that back road there. Goombers going to frontline as much as possible. The shutdown going to come in, but it's going to be traded there as Jimmy TP does not miss the ult. The fear there after the passive is going to be doubled. The shotgun knees going crazy. Muchai trying to find that back lane, but the World Ender just got his world ended as it's going to be a triple kill for Jimmy P. This is definitely AGG's game right now. We are just watching.
They should have went for the Baron. The fight went smooth. First you get the support, and then you start picking them apart. And of course you gotta give Jimmy his round of applause, or like you gotta give him the credits for this fight, since the fear he gave to DXP and Singular Bread was on point. He just gave them the fear. He walked straight into them to try and make them go further than each other, like go separate ways, and that helped his teammates a lot in the team fight. Give them the opening to fight, give them the opening to play the way that they have made the fight look easy.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. And it's that Urgot ultimate is definitely a hard one to hit. Definitely not a point and click. Able to get the flash engage on the E as well too. Also to properly set up the fear for that 4-man fear. Icing on the cake there. And is really what's helping AGG find this lead that they're at 5.8 right now. And it's
there's a vision.
They are on vision, but this is kind of bait. So right now, we're going to watch this just become AGG's fight right here. Muchai finding the knockup. Can't even see TTF get through their front line to try to get to the back line. The Cyclone might help, but is it going to be enough? The Dive Cyclone Pro, that might be it. As we see Jimmy TP find the other one, goes for 2, finds the double kill. Now it's just Wukong and Seraphine, but it's just Jimmy TP and Jimmy Eats World. 7-21, 8K gold lead. Unkillable God in the top side. It is a 12 KDA, a 3.4 gold lead. He is nearly half the team's gold lead.
I would just say that This team fight was TTF What's Dream. They got everything perfect. You got the uncurrent four members. You got Swain, the middle of everyone, literally everyone who is hitting bars, doing damage. You had Aatrox with the World's Ender, Wukong knocking up all the team. But the problem is, you're still lacking in damage department. You don't have what it takes to pick this fight, so it all went south for the team, even though that this fight looked very good. Trust me on that. And on the other side here, AGG, they're just playing the game on a, I would say, not a really good ratio. They should have just taken the Baron, played on the Drake, or like just ignoring the Drake and trying to finish this game. But here in the mid lane, you're picking a fight you don't want to be part of. This
Oh yeah, here
ultimate
we go.
goes. Now look at what's happening here.
The rest of TTF has to watch Jimmy TP eat another one. A double kill landing yet again. Now the Baron play is free 99, free ETH. As we see Jimmy TP jump to a 14 KDA, a now 4.2k gold lead. Now has over half the team's gold lead. Insane numbers, stats for this man today.
Of course, and on the other side, TTF, I like what this Smolder actually did. He just went for the perfect call. Like, he can't contest it. He can get closer. What can he do is just trying to trade the Baron with a mid tier 1 turret and trying to form in the bot side to trying to get the maximum goal that he can provide to yourself. You got the Black Cleaver, you got the Essence Reaver, you got the Life Steal Boots that you need to get a little bit of extra damage on your side. Like, yeah, Smolder does deal damage, and now he's in 250 course stacks. You need to get the 350. Like, he's no, the 315, not 50. You need
No,
to
it's
get the
250, no?
300. No, he is 250, but like he needs to go to 315 to get the maximum output, like to get the
The
like the
execute
elder
output?
effect. Yeah, 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 of
Really?
course.
It's
Yeah,
that
yeah.
much?
You need to get to the 300.
I thought it was
315.
250. Oh my gosh,
No,
man.
no.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
It's
I
a lot
don't think we're
harder.
gonna see our dragon grow to their full potential as we see Akuma squad knocking on their base. Debaton just does not miss. Goombers following up. Just the synergy between this entire team is fantastic, and it just looks very, very good. Coming out for game one, week one, you got to be feeling pretty good. And honestly, I don't think there's an out here for TFF as we see Jimmy T just landing that flash E, making it look easy peasy as the rest of AGG squad love forcing the top tower down and grabbing the inhibitor. DXBS finds a hook. Yeah, look, he has his stacks. Debaton, but is gonna find Chrome alone. DXBS gonna find another. That's gonna be 4. That's gonna be 5. That's gonna be 8. That's gonna be AGG saying, hey guys, GG, well played. 13.6k gold lead, 7 to 29. Don't need a Dragon Soul if we're closing the games out at 28 minutes. Very nice work.
Course, 28 minutes game, and it goes to AGG. I loved how they actually played across the map. Like, I had a lot of
Mm-hmm.
questions on
Mm-hmm.
some stuff that they made, but overall, like, I will take it. They win the game. Like, if it broke, don't fix it. It's working, so take the win and go home. And of course, he still got another game to close this series. So, before we head to game number two, we'll head to a small break and get back with you on game number two as we are here at Embers, and this is gonna be interesting. See ya.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello, welcome. If you are just tuning back in with us, the Goofy Goombers was able to take game one relatively well. It was a little bit of a back and forth in the early game, but it just seemed that TFF didn't really have an early game. A lot of that team composition really just planned and set up really just for the late game. And unfortunately, they just couldn't get to that late game power spike that they really need to set pace and really get things going. But with that, we now see Goofy Goombers taking the blue side. Let's see how it goes from here, as it seems that it's going to be the same bands that we saw earlier. It is going to be the Akuma band. It seems the Ceiling Jewel is going to follow up with the Mel. Volleybear yet again for the Goofy Goombers, taking a lot of these frontline goats off the map here. These are just things and threats you just don't want to have to deal with. And so if you can get the clean 2-0, you won't have to see them tonight. Hopefully that's what the Goofy Goombers is aiming for. But if anything the Seal Enjoyers can do, this is where they will. As we see the Ash going to be banned again. With the Seraphine being used game one, kind of feels a little bit of a lackluster ban, but they might know a little more than what I do. As we see Lucian going to be taken off the board there. That's going to be the last one for Goofies. Let's see where Seal Enjoyers go for their next ban, and let's see where Goofy prioritizes in terms of first pick. Going for blue side, they will have that ability. I wonder if that's what they really wanted to do or what they were going for. As we see the Aurora going to be banned, taken off the board here. Goofy Goombers on their side of pick, and they will take one of Sekios. 333, the J4. I also added the 3. This is probably the one I enjoy the most. The EQ flag drag combo is just fantastic. The Cataclysm as well too. Being able to be tanky, do damage as well too. It was the Cassante before the Cassante. As we are going to see the Shyvana pick here. Shyvana with the new update. Very mixed. Very mixed reviews from both sides. As everyone's kind of iffy on it. As I think myself personally, I don't think it's too bad. But I'm also not a diehard Shyvana fan. So I think that's really wherein lies my viewpoint there. As we see the Tristana there, that might be flex mid, as we saw last night in our Cinder League there. Very interesting pick. I do like where they're going with this. It is gonna kind of keep the Goofy Goombas on their toes here, as they can't really set up just yet. They gotta kind of see exactly where they're going to go. They're going to lock in with the Sivir. I think they're going to go with the assumption that that's a Tristana bot lane. It's a safe assumption, to say the least. But overall, I like this pick here for Sivir. As now we're headed towards, and we're going to see the Lulu get picked up. I like the Enchanter pick with this composition. A lot of CC as well too, with the transmodify. Able to supply some peel as well too with picks. The support or the utility also gained with the ultimate does so much with the wild growth. As we're waiting here for the red side, it is going to be finishing off with the Karma. I think this is going to be a Tristana Karma into the Sivir Lulu. I like these picks here. And then now we have the Shyvana into the J4. With it being J4, it's always the Sekio pick there. And I think we're definitely winning in the jungle. The bot lane is still to be said here, as we are waiting for these last few round picks to go. We see the Ari going to be banned. We see the Garen. These are near match for match bans from last game.
Exactly the same bands, but we're seeing a different approach for the draft here. But as always, I believe that we had a little bit of a change when it comes to the side selection, correct? TFF were on the blue side the last game.
Yep.
Can you? Yep. So yeah, I'm not tripping, though. That's good. Anyways, so we have also Rihanna being taken out since you got Jorvan, you got Sever. So Rihanna is a really good pair for them. I really respect that. So I believe they should go with Talia, guys. Please, if you know how to play Talia, just pick it here with the blue team composition. But on the other side, I was going for, yeah, those two pens, either Syndra or Ari. So I like what I'm seeing with the draft. I like the bands, so they should be going with something a bit fishy. I would go with Lissandra. It's not an S tier meta, but for my personal preferences, I would go for Lissandra with this composition.
Mm. Um, I don't know. I think we do need that burst there. I think both provide some pretty good burst. So
Hmm.
overall,
Or
I
Anivia.
think I like that. I like that. Nivea, nah, where we are. I'm not the biggest fan of Nivea, but Yon is a great fill there as well too. A lot of AD onto this team, so I think it's gonna be up to the top lane here to kind of provide some AP, but that doesn't leave a
Gwyn?
lot of options.
I thought of Gwyn and Aurora. I'm sorry. I sorry that I cut you
Yep,
off,
Gwen.
but
Yeah, no, Gwen is perfect, honestly. I think that's probably where we're gonna go as we have the last 3 seconds left. I don't think there's any other pick as it's gonna be Yon top into the Hoi mid action.
hmm. Hmm. What do you think about the Huayment? I wanna.
Hoi in mid is not um the end of the world. Hui is
Okay.
strong in the mid lane. I feel Hui is kind of rearing his head a little more. You're seeing him being picked up in the bot lane, in the mid again. Not as controlly as the other, not as controlly as the other mages, but in terms of burst and damage, definitely some of, if not one of the most elite in terms of damage here. As we are heading right into the game, it is going to be a AGG on blue side, TTF on red. It is the second game. Can they close this one out, or did TTF find a little something going on during our break? And can they take us to a 3 game series, or will AGG close this one out as we saw last week or yesterday with a 2-0 closeout?
We might go for the 2-0 closeout. You never know. It all depends on the composition, execution, and of course, the team synergy. And speaking of team synergy, TTF, they have a really good team fight. Like, I have seen it, we all have seen it, so that's something we need to give them that point. And also, I like some of the stuff that they have in their composition. Of course, there is other things that I don't really like. When I saw Tristan, I thought that Tristana might be good going to the mid lane, and we have Mel on the ADC since Mel and Karma sounds good to me. Maybe Caitlyn Karma is still viable. You can go for it. So when it comes to the draft, maybe their mid laner just feels a little bit relieved on the Fury, so they just went with that pick. It's understandable, but Tristana on the ADC department, she's not the best. She needs the extra level to have the maximum range that she can get. So whenever we get into team fights, she can
Oh,
do that.
as we do see Debaton just living here with one and a dream. Chromalone gonna have to rocket jump away. The flash forward, the boomerang callback, activate the barrier. It's not gonna be enough. But now Frosty paying dividends, trying to survive, tries to flash, but the boomerang going to find Mark. First blood gonna be going down to AGG. A very bloody bot lane fight, but unfortunately, it is going to go to the side of AG.
Yeah, and that's why we say don't play Tristana on EDC rule. Why? Not because Tristana's bad, like, don't get me wrong, but
Uh,
there is a lot more other good options. Like, you're losing to several, which they need a very, very late game to be even online on the game, so that's why you don't go for it. And on the flip side, you were even fighting in your own wave, so that shows you how this composition is pretty weak. And for Tristana, she needs a lot of BF swords to be online to deal damage to ADCs and not miss waves.
mhm.
But look at this aggression. And of course, I really want to add up something here, a cherry on top, that the flashes, you need to use it a little bit early, since, like, yeah, you don't need to just wait for, I don't know, the final tick to use it. Just use it. It doesn't matter. I know the flash is important, but that 300 gold plus the flash is way harder for you to retain. And now you need the jungle to break the freeze, or you need to just use the mantra Q on the minions, exactly like that one that's standing very away on this wave. So you saw the big minion, Lulu. The aim was a bit rough. And
Uh-oh.
yeah,
Speaking of a
that's
bit rough, Gumber's kind of in trouble here. Might get caught off here. Is cut off by Outrage and Singular Bread. At 50, gonna have to flag and drag themselves out of there. The bot lane also in trouble here. AGG, the rocket jump coming in. The rest of TTF gonna come follow suit and try to support in best way they can. Gumbers gonna have to W back the EQ flag and drag, but Outrage not under the tower just yet. Now takes the tower shot. Now the dog's gonna help for the dive as we see Chrome Malone looking for that auto attack, but the W shield from a J4 going to keep Gumbers alive. Very close call there, but TTF gonna be able to find one. Singular Bread trying to find that finish there. I do not respect it, or I do not respect the game attack there, but Frosty taking way too much there, and now going to get themselves caught out, and now is going to make that a +1 for the side of AG.
And you're just giving Sever extra resources. I know that that kill was pretty delicious. Like, you felt it, that
Oh
it's
yeah.
pretty close. You can take him, he can do something, he can do this, he can do that, but you forget about the huge shield that he gets from his W. You forget about the Sever's wave clear that can just take everything apart, and that's what happened. She took the wave, they fought, she got the kill. Basic.
Right. Yeah, no, basic, very, very basic math, very simple. You know, 1+1 = 2. You stay too long in the bot lane, you will die. It's just, that is just law, how it goes. EQ flag drag coming out for Outrage there, or coming out onto Outrage there, as Gumbers was so close to dying there, and somehow just gonna be able to kind of escape and get themselves along the way there. Really nice work.
Of course, and speaking of Gumber, I believe that he will try to play a little bit aggressive now, since he can see already Yon is moving forward, trying to steal the camps. Not only the camps, I believe that this Shyvana should go to the other side, but Fate Sealed is on cooldown, so he won't be able to use it. And on the bot side, Sever is playing defensively, even though that she got the gold, she got the damage, and she got the enchanter to back her up. And a thing about the enchanters, they are really good on scaling. Like, give them
Yeah,
resources and
yep.
you won't be mad. Like, sometimes, like Wallah, sometimes as a support, I try to steal the first kill from my ADC, so I have
Oh
extra
man.
resources to get my first item. Like, hear me out. Once I get like the Ardent Sensor, or maybe Redemption at some points, or like at some type of metas, it's just insane. It gives you huge priority, like this one. Look at the damage.
Go.
Exhaust won't be paying off, and the support just
Yep.
instantly gets out of the equation, and Sever will keep pushing, since Tristana can stay a hold. Using the barrier won't be enough. Last
Oof.
auto attack will be delivering here. The
Uh-oh.
shield, not
Uh-oh.
enough. He got the
No
movement
way.
speed, but he's still
No way.
trying to kite her. She
Woo!
survives. He got the
No
vision.
way.
He got
He's
the
dead.
damage. He got
He's
the
dead.
trouble. He got the ultimate. It's not gonna be enough for him to die.
Yo!
Even the Fury is in the picture. He gets the
No.
He got the Bulwark. T back
Stop.
and top.
No
He gave
way.
it
We
the
just watched that.
Cataclysm. The burn will take him
Oh.
down, but it's totally worth it.
We take those all day, babe. You gotta be feeling fantastic on the side of AG. What a dominant performance in the bot lane there. And not only are we gonna kite back towards the tower, we're gonna kite back towards our support. Not find one, not find two, but we're gonna find three. Count it up, 3 kills in the bot lane, and we're going to make it look easy. You gotta be feeling fantastic right now. Not only do you have a gold lead, you have a very strong mental lead right on the side of AGG.
Yeah, really good mental lead, a really good itemization lead, and whatever the objective, they can just fight for it. But here, I believe that they would rather Blades if they still don't acknowledge the damage that they got. The server's advantage at this point is just out of this world, but they would rather just give them the first Drake since it's an Ocean Drake, and a singular Ocean Drake is only useful when you have an Ocean Soul, since it only gives you a little bit amount of mana regeneration and a little bit amount of HP regeneration that will definitely help you in the laning phase, but at this point, yeah, actually it will help.
Oh yeah. Every little bit will help. But right now you gotta stop the bleeding, and you gotta figure out how to get yourself out of danger. But this is a lot easier said than done, because right now, just look at it right now. A 1.300 gold lead on to the support, or onto the ADC. And right now, Singular Bread kind of in danger. Gonna feel the way all the Cataclysm, no escape. You're gonna just have to sit there and take it. The Singular Bread is going to fall 7-2, 2.7k gold lead.
A good advantage and a good plays here. I believe they have a green mark on this Void Grubs. They gotta start it, they gotta take it, and whenever anyone gets closer to them, they will just evaporate him from the map. Now the mid lane is a bit sketchy. You can't just go for way too aggressive 1v1s from the Huawei. Wait, what's the name? The Ottoman bot?
The Ottoman bot. Or the Autumn. No,
Ottoman.
the Autumn bot. So the fall bot?
The Autumn bot. Yeah, right, alright. Well, he's good. Of course,
Oh, yeah.
laning versus Neferi. Well, you can see still a little bit of gold advantage going to the Neferi based on the kill advantage. And of course, I believe the Blades advantage as well, since Neferi is not actually using his lead correct. Like, you saw Neferi going to the bot side multiple times. He's not matching, he's not pushing, he's just holding the wave in the middle of the lane, which is pretty bad. You need to push, get extra blades, and you'll just have the extra XP, you have the extra gold, and you'll just shit on him. That's it.
Oh, yeah, no. It gets very, very difficult. Now that 2k gold lead, now extending to a 3.3k gold lead. A very, very, difficult comeback to try to mount here. You gotta be feeling the mental as well too, because you are 1 game down. So you gotta be thinking, like, right now, what is it really that we try to do? Well, right now, you still have Deorn. You still have your Mastercraft items. As long as you can stop this bleeding, we need to secure this Drake. They have 2 minutes to farm up, try and get some items under their belt. As long as we can continue trying to get these Drakes, I feel that TTF can definitely get themselves back and stabilized for this game too, and get this to a game 3 series.
We might go to game 3 series, but that all goes to Tristana's gameplay. Chivana managing to get back into the game, and of course, this Ornn is, I believe, in that area that no one can actually kill him. I'm just gonna say that. You can see Ornn Horn here, and the fight begins. A lot of
Nice.
a lot of dashing, but it won't matter for AGG. A really good pickup here for Shyvana.
Really, really nice work there. The Fate Seal to kind of mix up from the Ornhorn looked great from the beginning, but unfortunately not going to be enough to close the deal and get himself out. So it is what it is. As now
Uh-oh.
it is going to be 7-3 right now. TTF in danger to EQ Cataclysm, the immediate flash rocket jump to try to escape. And now Frosty going to have to take that field yet again. The picks plus the boomerangs. It's just so much poke and poke and dope there. It is very difficult as Outrage trying to find another one. The flash over the objective. Dobdon on their way, trying to save their teammate, but unfortunately it is going to be a little late. But now Outrage in a really weird spot. Goombers and Deb are here. They should be able to close this one out, but they can negate an ability. But the EQ flag drag, yep, hop over the objective after that. Should be good. Looks for the Q, the poke. Goombers doing so much damage. That dad is doing wonders. Muchai finding singular bread. Can the rocket jump Tristana help them? No. That is going to be 10-4 across the map. That is going to be an extra 1,300 into the pocket of AGG. The bleeding has not stopped for the side of team.
Yeah, the bleeding won't stop, and the lead goes further and further. 4.2k gold advantage, and as we speak, AJJ ADC picks up his second item on the other side. Tristana, she's struggling to finish the first one. Of course, she got the attack speed boots, which gives her the extra push. I believe with this recall, she might get the collector picked up, but at this point, I don't think that collector will matters versus non-quiver. Silver plus essence river, it's just a really big lead.
Oh
3k
yeah.
gold.
Oh yeah. 4.2 right now. It's a lot in the pocket of Sivir. We've been seeing a lot of piloting where a lot of the funneling is occurring all into one character, and we haven't really seen a lot of blowback from it just yet. There's a lot of trust involved in this strategy, and it takes a lot of skill to deal with the pressure and being sure that you're not getting into sticky situations. Speaking of right now, Cumber's looking for that flag drag down into the river. It is going to be a 4-man for this Cloud Drake. AGG realizes that this second Drake can keep TTF afloat, find them that extra bit of time to get into the late game that they've been striving for since game one. So they do see some kind of priority floating around for it. Also for the side of TTF, if they can keep these Drakes going, they can find that soul and get themselves into a position to find that late game glory. As we do see Frosty closing off, trying to clear the vision out into the river. Autobot doing a fantastic job. 001, but still has a gold lead on it too, or excuse me, has fallen into a gold deficit, but still has the items and has been doing tons of damage throughout this game. As we do see the Ornhorn, gonna be called here, gonna find a knock-up. That's gonna be the disengage, and that is gonna be the second drink. It isn't the end of the world. AGG realizing that they can't really find the opening there, and instead of full committing and giving up more than just a Drake, they will secure the top side to T3 and continue pushing forward here, extending that gold to another 700, now a 5k gold lead.
Yeah, which is pretty good and fair for them. Like to trade the tier 1 in the top side with the second Drake is good. He didn't have Yon's TP, which is like it was a really bad call here not to go for the rotation and not to take the 5v5 since he have the lead. But they choose to have the safe option. They had a miss up with the tempo, so they would rather trade objective than dying, which is a smart call. Not going for extra blood, you don't want to give out shutdowns. You have a big one on Jarvan, you have a big one, of course, on Muchai? Muchai? What's his name?
Um, Muchai, the Sivir.
Muchai, Muchai. Yeah, of course, Muchai the Sivir. So, good call, good play. And now you have a lot of core items, a lot of gold been distributed good on AGG that will lead to any team fight when if they took a straightforward 5v5, they should win.
Oh yeah, for sure. This lead is very massive right now. We said it was a very difficult chance to mount at 3.3. Now with an extra 1300 layered on to that gold deficit lead, it's going to be pretty hard to get themselves through. But they were able to secure that second Drake. This is what they need to kind of keep themselves afloat. If they're able to secure another Drake within that's coming in the next 3 minutes, they find themselves a little bit of reprieve, and they can kind of keep themselves trying to get themselves to that late game goal.
And of course, going to the late game goal, they need to have extra push in the mid lane, which is what they're going to right now. But I don't think that Yon is actually going to be picking this team fight. At least they got the advantage in the mid lane when it comes to the push, and I believe they might just trying to take the T1 in the mid lane. And now this is a really good trade. And look at this team fight. We got the flash, but it won't be enough.
Yeah, Cataclysm is going to fall as we see the T2 going to be tackled by the Rift Herald. This is fantastic work here, but this might be TTF's game as the Ornhorn will go down. Outrage looking for that back line, putting out some damage, but the Fate Seal gonna find two, going to find another. Luckily, Tristana lives with 1%. The Fate Sealed only going to find one. That was TTF's opening, but they don't find any, and this is looking very scary for their side.
It really does. Yon only was capable of doing much damage on your backline, and this is what like play by book means. You have the damage, you have the plays, you play on multiple lanes, and it's looking good. Like I would have said that they had a better play to wait for the Baron to spawn and then drop the Rift in the mid lane and take the Baron, trade the Rift with a Baron, and take a little bit of gold plates out of it. But they went for the 4 plates in the mid lane, and I can't say I'm not a big fan, but I'm not a big fan of what Yon is doing here in the top side.
Oh, yeah. Lone has to be careful there. That's going to be a pickup there. You don't want to give TTF any breathing room here. You've been putting and applying so much pressure. You don't want to give anything up here and give them a chance to get themselves back into this game. Doing things like that definitely can open it up a can of worms that can definitely nip you in the butt later. But we are going to see the T2 fall. Now Frosty, again, just not in the best positions these past few games. Has to be careful here. The poke is no joke between the boomerangs and the picks.
You have 4k gold advantage, and on top of that, once Sever recalled, she got a full item, I believe, in the base, or at least another half an item. She got the BF sword. She's going for the Infinity Age, which is not a good call in this game. You need the LDR, man. Yes, you need the LDR, and just traded the channel. Thank you guys for the raid.
Hey! Thank you so much. Literal Monkeys with the raid. Welcome. Hello. For those of you tuning in, we are on our game 2 of our series in our Cinder League. It is 4.6k gold lead to AGG, 12-5. TTF trying to find their way back into this game.
Yeah, and the way is hard. The play is a bit rough to find on the other side. Like the map itself. It goes to AJJ. You're pushing Nefi, you're pushing Shivan out of their entire jungle. That's how bad it is at this point here. You see a little bit of trades here, but the Doran's shield and of course the magic resist boots We have the extra resistance here, and now they are looking for a topside play.
Let's see how they do it. Jimmy TP gonna get the Wild Growth set onto it to flash away. The Oran Horn has been summoned. Is gonna find the knock-up onto one. Debadoon is going to be the one to feel the mode themselves as the Fate Seal going to seal the fate of the Shyvana, but now Muchai might be taking Mucho as the shutdown. Tristana finally able to take one over and get them in there, get one in there under their belt. It is a 3.6k gold lead, but that is going to shrink that lead down by about 1.5. TTF finally starting to get into this late game that they have been striving for so long.
Yeah, and I have a huge problem. Like, he had a full Infinity Age build in your base, and you were just like hunting for kills, and that's not an ideal play for a Sivir since Sivir needs the item to be online. You got an Infinity Age, and you got even an Executioner of one call, and let's add up numbers. You only had BF Sword, so adding the numbers was just like removing the BF Sword. You had at least 3k gold in your pocket, so you were not even using the advantage that you have. That's a really bad call, bad tempo management, bad rotation, and this will open the way for TTS to get back into the game. Also, if you check the minimap, there are a lot of open opportunities in the bot side that they are not taking, like this one here.
No. Outrage looking for the dive here, but the TP should help support them, and it is going to be Jimmy TP with the TP. Outrage on the run as they find a Q1 to Q2, flashing away from the Fate Sealed. Outrage trying to get away through this tree bush. They're going to hop, they're going to jump. They should be able to get away, as now it's starting to seem TTF that scaling is really starting to make a difference here, and they're really starting to knock onto AGG's door. The shutdown looking good as Pix and the Boomerang still doing tons of damage, but Chrome alone yet again running away with just one. But the Debadon redemption from downtown is going to be enough there. Singular Bread now also trying to skedaddle, as it is Mochi's game right now, and as long as they keep it up, they should be able to close this one. It is 4,500 gold. Almost the entire lead is through this bot lane.
Yeah, and they need to go to the Baron ASAP. You don't want to get a little bit late, you don't want to give Tristana the full scaling, the extra range. She gets enchanted, she gets the healing and everything from course Karma, so I don't like going late versus a composition like this. You have a good opening, you have your jungler, you can just go trying to play around the Baron Nashor, trying to flip the Baron, or just like, not flip the Baron, like you're trying to start it. If the enemy team commits, you just turn around and go for them. That's the call. And oh, thank you for the leash, nice smite.
Yeah. 40 seconds
Now you have the
left
smite
now.
advantage. Boom!
Oh, yeah.
Take it! Take the Baron! Go for the play!
Let's see how they do it.
Something.
30 seconds left for this Drake. Let's see how they make the call here. That was a smite advantage there. You should have seen the kind of rotation over there, but it is hesitant. The pressure is on, but let's see how it goes.
Items are good. Players are here. And the question that I've been asked, will TTF survive the early game? And this what we will see now.
Let's see. The Ornhorn going to be called. Jimmy TP going to be able to find Frosty. The positioning just not the greatest. The double kill for the side of TP is fantastic. And now Outrage in danger to EQ. The follow-up. Jimmy TP looking for it. Finds the slice. One. Timber finds the other. One more is the ace. That is all she wrote. AGG going to walk it down into this base after they grab a...
They need just to wait for the wave and close the game, but They will go for the Baron out of respect, out of not wanting to flip the game. It was not even a flip, only Karma versus 5 players. He can't do nothing, but they will pick the Baron. They wanna have an extended game. They wanna play for the safest amount of time. They don't wanna risk the game, and that's the call for AGG. They have 3 minutes with the Baron. They have Infernal Drake up on the left, which is pretty important. 4% adaptive force will give you a lot of damage to be scaling. If you have 2, if you have 3, that's just magnificent to your teammates. And now you see that TTF is actually going for this Drake, and that might be the game ending here if we see a 5v5. The Drake is already a little bit low on HP department. You take 1/3 out of his HP, and now it's all about the firing button.
Oh yeah. Knowing that they're at Drake right there, sure that gives you Drake soul point, but now you don't have the proper positions here
Good call.
for the minions, and now you're just gonna get your base knocked in, and that's gonna be the top tower, that's gonna be the mid tower, that's gonna be the inhibitor, and yeah, that's great and all, but I don't think you're gonna live the next 5 minutes to get that soul. Even so, it might be too far away to
They need to move
have,
top.
yeah, they definitely do.
Perfect. I love what they're doing here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, wallah, it's good when it comes to the movement, the plays. They know what they're doing. That's, I would say, a really good IGL in their team. Oh!
Let's see. Really nice Cataclysm. Gonna find 3 there. Singular Bread gonna have to ult to get out of the Cataclysm. The Redemption coming down too. This AGG has not taken a lot of damage there. DBX trying to find a tackle against the terrain and not going to find it. Not a lot of minions there to take the aggro, so they will take some damage here. But TTF has to step back to base. They have to reset. They have to try to defend. These are the last few moments if they do not stop AGG from trying to close this game 2 out.
They can close it pretty low on HP bars. Yeah, as you have mentioned, they didn't have a lot of minions to get into the turret range, so they had to sacrifice their HP. But now they are taking enemies' jungle creeps. This is really good shot calling. This is good plays. This is understanding what Burn is meant to do. Burn is meant to give you the pushing power. You open 2 inhibs, you should be playing mid bot, trying to use the last tick of this Baron to try and target the 3rd inhibitor. You open the 3 inhibitors, you have 6 super minions marching together into enemy's base. They have decent wave clear, but they don't have enough for the entire segment. When you have all of those, of course, super minions on your side, it's pretty important. But now you need to play on the bot side, as we can see here. Karma will go for the recall. Tier 2 will be threatened, and TTF needs to find something. Yeah, go ahead.
5-man here. 5-man here onto the bot lane. They, like you mentioned, they gotta figure something. They gotta figure out something to do before it is over. As we do see the tier 3 bot lane going to be dropped. As we see, yeah, tier 3 going to fall. We're looking for this inhibitor here for Goombers. Looking for the inhib. They are able to get it. As that's gonna be the second inhibitor to fall.
Yeah, even make it the 3rd. No inhibs are open in the map at this point, and Yon was actually stopping the entire team from playing. And of course, before this, we have seen a lot of ultimates being used here, and now the ending fight will begin.
Let's see how it goes. Tier 3 gonna fall as they find 2 members of TTFC. Looking to try to just defend against this base, and I don't think they're going to be able to find it. Way dropping themselves onto that guy. It hurts. It is crazy. As now the polymorph going down onto DXB. The Nexus falling to 20 to 10. It's over right before your eyes. 22-9 AGG coming out the gate very hot and making sure they are setting the pace for this Blaze League.
They definitely did, and Aaron icing on top that they played the game good when it comes to shot calling, trading objectives. I would say perfect. Having a good usage for burn, I would say perfect. Not getting thrift into fights they don't really need to go perfect, perfect, perfect. 10 out of 10 on shot calling. Gameplay itself, I will give it really good.
Oh yeah, no, 10 out of 10, man. Kid, 10 out of 10. Really great performance, and to start off this league is a fantastic one to say the least. GG's, well played to all.
Hmm. Of course, good game. And that will set the pace for our group here in Ember, of course, league. So, with that being